Hanuman reaches Ashok Vatika. Tulsidas ji says, Karisoy roop gayau puni tehva, ban Ashok Sita reh jehva, dekh manhi mahkeen pranama, baiti binti jaat istijama, krastan sees jata ik veni, jab hirday raghupati kun shreni, nijpad nayan diye mana, ram pad kamalini, param dukhi bha pavan sutta, dekhi janaki. When Hanuman started from Vibhishan's place to Ashok Vatika, where Mother Sita was held captive, as was told and shared by Vibhishan, he took the same form of a fly which he used to enter Lanka, so that he does not draw any unnecessary attention before he meets Mother Sita. When Hanuman reached Ashok Vatika, he saw Mother Sita, a frail figure with a jata, sign of no vanity at all, on her head, her eyes on her feet, her heart in Lord Ram's feet, completely oblivious of her surroundings. Looking at the sorry state in which she was in, Hanuman felt really bad and was very sad. But then something happened. Ravan, along with his other queens and associates, came to Ashok Vatika to meet Mother Sita. What he said and how did the conversation go is described very beautifully by Tulsidas ji in the following verses. Tarupallav mahuraha lukai, karai vichar karau ka bhai, tehi avsar ravanu teh aava, sang nari bahu kiye banaava, bahu biti khalsi tahi samujhava, sam dam bhai ved dikhava, keh ravanu sunu sumukhi sayani, Mando dariya di sabarani, tab anauchari karaumpan mora, ek bar billoku mama ora, tran dhari ot kehti vai dehi, sumeri avadpati param sanehi, sunu das mokh khagyot prakasa, kabuh ki nal nahi karai vikasa, asman samajhu kehti janaki, khal sudi nahi raghubir banaki, sat sune haryane hi mohi, adham nilach laaj nahi tohi. आप ही सुनी खग्योत समा, राम ही भानु समान, परुष वचन सुनी काढ़ी हसी, बोला अति खिसियान. Meaning, when Hanuman reached Ashok Vatika, he hid on a tree behind its leaves and waited for the right moment to introduce himself. But while he was waiting, Ravan came along with his other queens and associates to meet Mother Sita. The evil-eyed Ravan tried very hard to convince Mother Sita to be his wife, so much so that in front of his queen Mandodari, he said, if you say yes, even Mandodari will become your aide, servant, dasi in other words. He used all kinds of mechanisms to convince Mother Sita to marry her. As per Hindu text, there are 4 ways in which you can convince someone for doing something. You can either convince them or manipulate people into doing what you want from them. And these 4 ways are Sam, persuasion or the use of gentle and persuasive methods to achieve the desired outcome. It involves diplomacy, negotiation, and appeal to logic or morals. Then Dan, incentive or the use of gifts, rewards, or benefits to influence the outcome. This involves using material or financial incentives to persuade. Bhai, the third way of convincing or manipulating someone. Fear or the use of threats and the display of power to induce fear for compliance or to deter undesired actions. And finally, Bhed, manipulation, using any other conniving techniques. So Ravan used all these techniques to convince Mother Sita, but Mother Sita did not budge. And she took a strand of grass, which was placed on the floor, and placed it in front of herself, as if she was symbolically etching a Lakshman Rekha for Ravan that had "Do not cross" written all over it. Anyways, she said to Ravan, Have you ever heard the lotus flower being sent to full bloom by the light of a firefly? What she meant by saying was, Lord Ram is sun and Ravan is like a firefly in front of him. Then she said, if he thinks of himself to be so brave and valiant, why did he abduct her when no one was at their place in the forest? She also said, you scoundrel, shameless Ravan, I don't think you have heard of the might of Lord Ram's prowess. Listening this, Ravan got really angry and agitated at Mother Sita because he took everything on his ego. That's another sign of a fool. Even if someone is trying to help them by showing them what they have done, what they have gotten themselves into, what kind of predicament they have gotten themselves into, they don't realize until it's too late. And that's all because of the way they have managed to make their ego bigger than themselves. You will see the same pattern reoccurring at many places in whole Ramcharitmanas, where everyone, whenever someone tries to make Ravan understand what he has done and what might have happened, what might happen if he does not let go of Sita, he does not understand. Ravan would always chide them and abuse them. Back to the story, when Ravan got angry, he took out his sword, also called Chandrahas, to slit Mother Sita's throat. However, his wife and other people there stopped him from doing so. He then went on and said to all the Nishacharis or the demonesses that were in the guard of Mother Sita, it is your duty now to threaten her, to do whatever you have to do, but convince Sita to be my wife. And he said to Mother Sita that if she does not accept his proposal, he would come back and kill her in a month's time. Just imagine the helplessness of a queen like Mother Sita when she would have heard those words from Ravan. After that, Ravan went back to his palace. This incident is captured very beautifully by Tulsidas ji in the following verses. He says, Sita taimam kratu apumana, katiham tavsar kathin kripana, nahi tasapati manu mamavani, sumukhi hot na tajiman hani. Syam saroj dam sam sundar, prabhu bhuj kari kar sam das kandar, so bhuj kant kitav asi ghora, sunu sut aspravan panamora. Chandrahas Hanuman paritapam, Raghupati virah anal sanjatam, Sital nisit behsi baradhara, keh Sita Hanuman dukh Sunat bachan tuni maran dhava, maita nayam kahi neeti bujhava, kahi si sakal ne charani bulai, Sita hi bahubudi tras bujai. Maas divas mahu kaha na mana, to main mare bikaad hi kripana. भवन गयम दस गंदर यहाँ पिशाच निब्रन सीत ही त्रास देखा वहीं धर ही रूप बहु. And this is how the whole conversation between Mother Sita and Ravan happened, which were witnessed by Hanuman sitting up the tree hidden behind the leaves of the Ashok tree under which Mother Sita was sitting. In the next chapter, we will see how the other Nisacharis were shooed away by another Nisachari which was of good heart called Trijata, and how Hanuman introduces himself to Mother Sita.